Guys, I'm audible. Cool. Listen. So today we are going to discuss about another interesting topic in Java, which is polymorphism. So far, we have completed what is meant by object, what is meant by class, what is inheritance. We have covered. Now this is the time to understand what is polymorphism. What is mean by polymorphism? If you know object and class, easily you can understand what is polymorphism also. See, polymorphism we can split in the form of, okay, we can split in the form of poly plus morphism. You can consider like this. So if you ask me, poly means what? Poly means many. Morphism is nothing but a behavior. The behaviors or forms. Forms. So this is polymorphism. Polymorphism is nothing but many forms, many behavior. Many forms or many behavior. Here, who is going to show the many behavior? Who is going to show many behavior? That's the question. Who is going to show many behavior or many forms? Who is going to provide a many forms? That is nothing but object. Who is going to give the many behavior? Which is nothing but object. Object is the answer. So in polymorphism or in Java, object is going to show its different form. Object is showing is a different form. Different behavior is nothing but polymorphism. If someone is asking, can you tell me what is polymorphism? Polymorphism is nothing but here an object is showing its different behavior, different form. Suppose, let me take one SSC example. Let me take one real-time SSC example. Suppose, if you take a person shows his different behavior, right? Person shows his different behavior. Agree? Yes or no? Suppose, if you take the person is studying in college or school, that time the behavior is different. Suppose the person is along with his friends, the behavior is different. Suppose the person is along with his family, the behavior is different, right? Based on the place or based on the situation, the person will behave is different character. That's also a polymorphism. If you ask me what is the dictionary meaning of polymorphism, I can tell you like this. One object is showing is different behavior is nothing but polymorphism. Polymorphism. Suppose there is a task. I have assigned some task to you guys. The task can be completed, right? Task can be completed in different ways. Yes or no? Maybe I will complete a task in some way. You people will solve the same problem in different way, right? Suppose if someone is asking 10 by 4. If someone is asking 10 by 4, what I can do, right? I can take 10 by 4. Some people, what they will do, right? They will directly use the divider and they will say, right, 2 4s are 8 point, and then we have a 20, 5 4s are 20. They will say, right, 2.5. But some people, what they will do, 10 by 4. What they will do? They will use the 2 divider. What they will do? They will say, right, it's a 2 2s are 4. 5 4s are 10. And then what they will write? They will write like this. Say they will write 5 by 2. And then what I can do? Once again, I will do like this. Say I can do like this. So what I do? 1 2s are 2, 2 2s are 4. 1 2s are 2, 2 2s are 4. Remaining is 1. And then we have a remaining is 1 means what? We have to use 10. Then 5 2s are 10. Then 0.5. Again, I have to keep like this, 2.5. This is another way. What some other people they will do? 10 by 4. What they will do, right? They will multiply this 10 by 4, right? Into 2. They will multiply the 10 by 4 or into 10 also. Consider like 10. 10 by 10. And is equal to, which is 100 divided by 40. Then when they will say something, 2.5. Guys, again, a person to person vary, right? Some people will solve in some way. Some other people will solve in some other way also. We don't know. Whenever we get any problem, whenever we get any critical situation, one person will solve in some way, some other people will solve in some other way. That's nothing but a polymorphism. Whenever you get any problem, how you are approaching, how the object is providing its different form, that's nothing but a polymorphism. Am I clear what is meant by polymorphism? Able to understand what is the dictionary meaning of polymorphism? Can you tell me? Can you tell me what is the dictionary meaning of polymorphism? Able to understand? Yes or no? So polymorphism means we are getting one problem, or we are having some code, or we are having something that how we are approaching. Is there any alternative ways in order to solve that particular problem? How many ways that you have in order to solve that particular question? That's nothing but a polymorphism. It is a dictionary meaning. But if you take it in Java, one object is showing its different behavior. An object is showing its different behavior. Is nothing but a polymorphism. So again, if you ask me with respect to interview point of view or real-time point of view, what are the two different types of polymorphism available? We can classify your polymorphism. One is compile time polymorphism. Compile time polymorphism. And another one is runtime polymorphism. One is compile time polymorphism and runtime polymorphism. Runtime polymorphism. Now the question is, what is compile time? What is runtime? That's the question. What is compile time? What is runtime? What is meant by compile time? What is runtime? So if you want to understand the compile time polymorphism, if you need to understand the compile time polymorphism, you should understand the compile time polymorphism can be achieved through a concept called method overloading. We have a concept which is nothing but method overloading. Through that we can able to achieve. A method overloading principle we have to use in order to achieve the compile time polymorphism. Then what is runtime polymorphism? How can I achieve this one? We can achieve the runtime polymorphism. With the help of a method overriding. How we can achieve? With the help of a method overriding. Method overriding is one more concept. Through that we can able to achieve your method overloading or compile time polymorphism. See, this method overloading is also called as early binding. Or we can call it as static binding. Or function overloading. Like that. In the same way, method overriding is also called as lately binding or dynamic binding. Or we can also call it as function overriding. Like that, a different name. So now you know what is compile time polymorphism. You don't know. I will tell you. How we can achieve the compile time polymorphism? Someone is asking, tell them method overloading. How to achieve the method overriding? You have to go for runtime polymorphism. We can achieve through method overriding. It is very simple. Instead of wasting the time on theoretical part, I can quickly go to my editor, which is my Eclipse. Eclipse is my IDE. Eclipse. Yep. Open your Eclipse. where we will code. Thereby, you will try to understand what is compile time polymorphism, what is runtime polymorphism, what is method overloading, what is method overriding. Well, first of all, I can take the method overriding. Once we cover the method overriding, we will go for method overloading. First, we will cover the runtime polymorphism. Later, we will go for compile time polymorphism. Let's take one new class. Better, I can create a new package, create control, go to new and create one package. I can give the package, call it as polymorphism. Polymorphism. Yes, present. And inside the polymorphism, I can create one new class. So I can give any class. Maybe I can give shape is the class name. Create one class, nothing but shape. And click on finish. So what is the class name? Class name is shape. So what I can do, I can draw something. I can create one method which is draw. And let me write system.out.println, and I'm going to write like a drawing a shape. Drawing a shape. So this is a simple statement I have written. Very simple. I have created one class called shape and I have written one method called draw. In that I am going to draw some shape. Maybe a circle or maybe a rectangle or square, whatever it might be. Simply I have written one method called void draw. Shape is the class that I have created. There is no variable. Only one method is available for our easy understanding. Let me create one more class also. Say suppose I will go here and create another class. That class may be considered like it's a circle class. It is my circle class. Now we have already a shape class, right? Let me put it here. And here we have a circle class. So what I can do now, here also I'm going to create one method, void draw. It's a method. See, already in shape class also we have a draw method. In circle class also I have written the same method which is called draw. Now let me write system.out.println. Here I will write drawing a circle. Simple. Drawing a circle. Now what I'm going to do, I will create a main method now. I will create the object for circle. How can I create the object for circle? Simple. Circle is equal to new circle. Circle is equal to new circle. Now let me call the method also. Circle dot, what is the function name? Draw is the function name I have called. Now you know already, right? When I call this draw method, which method will be called? Can you confirm which method will be called? It will call a drawing a shape or it will provide you drawing a circle. What do you think? What is the output? Drawing a circle or drawing a shape? What do you think? Can you tell me? Guys, make it interactive. Tell me which one you will think like as the output. Whether it's a drawing a shape or drawing a circle. What is your output? What is your answer? Whether it's a drawing a shape or drawing a circle. I asked multiple times, but no one is replying. You are saying it's circle. Yes, of course, you know, it will print the circle only because we have created the object for circle. That's the reason it is giving a circle. Now, right click here, go to run as, click on Java application. When I press OK, when I proceed, I can see drawing a circle. You are exactly correct. Yes, I can able to see drawing a circle. It is correct only. You are correct. Now, suppose, let me extend the feature from parent also. What I can do, right? I will apply the inheritance here. Shape is acting as a parent class and circle is acting as a child class. In parent class, we have a draw method. In child class also, we have a draw method. Now tell me whether it will give you drawing a circle or drawing a shape. What do you think? Shape. Sheikh Sharif saying shape. Others? Sheikh Sharif saying shape. Others? Is it circle or shape? Can you tell me, is it circle or shape? Don't you reply? Can I tell? CB also changed shape. Okay, whoever thinking like shape, it is wrong, guys. Now, if I run this code, when I proceed, I can see a drawing a circle only. I am not able to see like drawing a shape. See, why? Because we extended this class to the circle class. Then circle is the child, shape is the parent. Now here also we have a draw method. Here also we have a draw method. But if you call this draw method, we have created an object for circular class only, right? Then why should I call? Why it is calling the draw method in the parent class? This parent class method, it is overridden. It is updated by the child class. Your parent class method, it is hidden or it is hidden by your child class. It is updated by child class. Then obviously you will get this only. Why you are getting this one? If you are creating an object for parent class, suppose if you are writing shape is equal to, you are writing new shape, and I'm calling shape dot, what is the method name? Draw method. If you call like this, now you are creating an object for parent class. Now if I run this code, definitely it will call parent class method. It will not call the child class method. Now I can see the drawing a shape, right? But when you call the child class object, which one will be given importance? Definitely circle class will give the importance to only circle class, not to the shape class. Are you clear? Are you clear or not? Am I clear? Yes, no. Am I clear? Okay. This is normal Java. Let me change few things here. When you know, if you create an object for child class, that will call your child class method. When you create an object for parent class, it is giving an importance to parent class method. Instead of this one, I will do one more thing. See, shape is the class, right? Shape is the class. And I am going to create maybe shape what is equal to new. And here, right, I am not going to shape. I will go with circle now. I will go with a circle. Then it means that here you have created the reference variable for parent class. Here you have created the reference variable for parent class. But child class for an object. Here you have an object, right? New circle. Who is new circle? This one. Right hand side represent object. Object we have, see, left hand side, what you have done? Left hand side you have created the parent class reference variable. Parent class reference variable. Parent class reference variable. In right hand side, what you have done? Child class object. Child class object. Child class object. This is what you have done. Now suppose sh1 dot I am calling a draw method. What do you think? Which method will be called? Will it call parent class method or it will call the child class method? What do you think? Will it call parent class method or child class method? When I create the reference variable for parent class and creating an object for child class, which method will be called? Whether it will give you a drawing a shape or will it give you a drawing a circle? Can you confirm? Circle, CB circle. Super. Exactly, guys. Whoever given the answer, it is appreciated. Yes, it will give you a circle. Now, if I run this code, run as a Java application, when I press OK, when I proceed, I can see drawing a circle. Right? This is called as method overriding. What is mean by method overriding? Here you have a parent class also having the draw method, child class also having a draw method. But you are creating the reference variable for parent class and you are creating an object for child class. But if you call the draw method, which method will be given importance? This method got overridden in the child class. This method got overridden in the child class. It is called as method overriding. Am I clear? Am I clear what is method overriding? Super. So let's take one more example. I can create one more example. Say I will create a new class. Right click and go new class, which is my rectangle is a class, and finish. This rectangle, once again, can you teach this, sir? If we have don't same method, if we don't have same method, how can we override? No, if we don't have a same method name, we cannot override. Shaykh, if we don't have a same method name, we cannot override. If we have only a same method name between the two class, then only we can able to override. Did I answer your question, Sheikh? Yes. So Surender, once again, I can teach you now. Say suppose rectangle class is extending your shape class. And in rectangle class, I will create the same method, which is draw. In that, I will add system.out.println. Let me add, right, draw a circle. No, draw a rectangle. Drawing a rectangle. Now, let's create a main method, and I will create an object for child class. So I'm creating an object for child class. New rectangle is an object for child class. Who is the parent class? Shape is the parent class. Shape sh is equal to new rectangle. Now sh dot draw method. Now tell me, what is the output? Whether drawing a rectangle or drawing a shape. Drawing a rectangle or drawing a shape. Rectangle. Super. Others, drawing a rectangle. Good, guys. So now let me run this code and put it this one and press OK and press proceed. Yes. Drawing a rectangle. Good. So let me go with some new example. So simple. I can create one new class, which is maybe animal is the class name. Inside the animal class, I will have a few methods. Say void make sound. Like that I have created one method. Simple animal will make sound. I will write like this. And the simple system.out.println, the animal makes a sound. The animal makes a sound. So this is one class I have created. The same way, I will create another class also. Say this is new and create a class, which is a dog class, and click on finish. Now this dog class is going to extend the properties from which class? Animal class is going to extend the features. So suppose here also we have a same method name, make sound is the method name. And here I am writing system.out.println, and I write the dog box. The dog box. Let me create a main method. And I will create the object for parent class. Animal is equal to new animal. Animal equal to new animal. Now animal dot, we have a method called make sound. Now tell me guys, what is the output? Whether it is the animal makes a sound or the dog box. What do you think? The animal makes a sound or dog box? Exactly. Sheikh, you are correct. Others, whether it's animal makes a sound or the dog box. Good. So animal makes a sound. But suppose let me create an object. Dog Kaiser is equal to new dog, like that I have written. And I have written Kaiser dot make sound. Now tell me, will it give you the dog box or animal makes a sound? Yes, quickly. Guys, I need an answer from everyone. Guys. Okay. So instead of that, let me create a reference variable for animal and creating an object for dog class. Then tell me which one we will get the output. Which one will get the output? Whether it's a dog or animal. Dog or animal? It's a dog only. Cool. So now let's run this code and I can see the dog only. I can see in the output. Now suppose, see, here you have created the parent class reference variable and the parent class object. Here what you have done? Child class reference variable and the child class object. What you done here? Parent class reference variable, child class object. Parent class reference variable, child class operation. So what I'm doing now, suppose if I write dog D is equal to new animal. If I write like this, I'm seeing an error, right? Dog D is equal to new animal. I see an error. Why I'm seeing an error? Why? Because remember, guys, is before calling itself, we are getting an error. See, we are all extending from parent to child. Can I able to extend the property and behavior from child to parent? Is it possible? What do you think? Your parents and all getting the property and behavior from you, or you are getting the property and behavior from your parent? Can you tell me? Are we getting the property and behavior from our parent, or we are giving the property and behavior to our parent? Is it an invalid statement? Is it totally invalid statement? We cannot extend the dog to animal. Dog is child. How the dog will extend to animal? Animal is the parent. Animal will give the property and behavior to the dog. Dog never ever give the property and behavior to animal. All the dogs are animal, but all the animals is not a dog. Remember, all the dogs are animal, but all the animal is not a dog. All the shape, maybe if I say right, rectangle is a shape, circle is a shape, but shape is not a rectangle. Shape is not a circle. Are you getting my point? Yes or no? It is an invalid statement. Everyone clear? So in Java, we cannot write like this. We cannot write like this. See, listen here. Listen here. Suppose if you take runtime polymorphism, you need to remember few things. In the interview also, people might ask. Suppose I have a parent class. You are creating an object for parent class. Parent is equal to new parent. Then it means that here you can able to call only parent class method. You can able to access only parent class variable and method. You can able to access only a parent class variable and method. Remember, suppose if you are creating an object for child class, you can able to call one. You can able to access both parent class method and the child class method. Child class variable and the method. Remember, you can able to access the parent class method and child class method when you create an object for child class. But suppose if you are writing parent class reference variable and child class object, this time you can able to access only parent class method. Here you can able to access only parent class overridden methods. Suppose if you are creating child is equal to new parent. It's a syntax error. It is not valid. It's a syntax error. So this four thing you have to remember, guys. So are you clear with this, or do you want me to repeat? Can you tell me? Yes or no? See, suppose I will take one example. Okay, I will repeat CB. So I will take one more example. Say suppose I will take one new class. Say this is my vehicle. Vehicle is a class. So in that I can create a method void start engine is one method. Say system dot out dot println. I'm writing right, starting the engine of a engine of a vehicle. Engine of a vehicle. Like that vehicle. Okay. Like that I have written. Starting a engine of a vehicle. And I will write one more method also. Void stop engine. Stop engine. Stop engine. System dot out of println stopping the engine of a vehicle. The engine of a vehicle. So I have created two methods. One is start engine and stop engine. There are two methods I have created. Now what I can do, I will create a new class now. I will create a new class. Say this is a car class, simple car class. This car class is going to extend, right? Which class it's going to extend? It's going to extend the vehicle class. Say extends a vehicle I have written. A vehicle I have written. Vehicle I have written. So here what I'm doing, I will create a method void start engine like that. Void start engine. So here let me add system dot out or println. I'm going to write starting engine of a car like that I have written. And the void I can write a brake. Here system dot out dot println. System dot println. Here I am writing brake. I have written brake. Now let me add void. Okay, that's enough. So let me write one main method. Now what I can do, I can create an object. I'm not going to create an object for car class. Instead of that, I can create an object for car class. Car is equal to new car. And I will call the method car. I can able to call start engine method, right? Start engine method. So now tell me what is the output. Can I close this one? And I will open the vehicle. Now if I call this start engine method, what do you think? What is the output? Can you tell me someone? What is the output? What is the output? Car equal to new car. When I call the starting engine of the car. Okay, Vikesh P is correct. Suppose car dot, let me call stop engine. Now tell me what is the output. Now tell me what is the output. When I use the stop engine method. Error. Shaikh is saying error. Sibi is saying starting engine. Starting engine. Sibi, I call the stop engine method. How it will start the engine? Stop the vehicle. Viknesh, you are correct, man. Good, you are correct. Because this method is not available in the child class, but it is available in the parent class. Exactly. It is available in the parent class. That's the reason if you run this code, you can see the parent class method. See, stopping the engine of your vehicle. You are good, guys. Now, car dot, let me call brake. Now tell me what is output. Car dot brake. Can you confirm? You are correct. Again, Viknesh given the answer. So let me run this code. When you press OK and proceed, I can see the output. See, that's the reason I have written like this in my notes. In my notes, I have written, when you create the object for child class, you can able to access the parent class method and also child class method. Parent class variable and child class variable. That's the powerful. It is more powerful when you create an object for child class. Now, instead of this one, okay, instead of this one, what I can do, I can create an object for parent class. Who is the parent? Vehicle. A vehicle was equal to new vehicle. Now I can use B dot. Now tell me what are the method that I can able to call? What do you think? Which method I can able to call? vehicle equal to new vehicle. Which method I can able to call? Can I able to call start engine method? Can I able to call start engine method? Yes or no? Am I audible guys? Can I able to call start engine method? Okay. Durga is saying yes. I can call start engine method. Super. Now tell me, can I able to call stop engine method? Can I able to call stop engine? Yes. Shaykh saying stop engine method I can able to call. Can I able to call brake method? Can I able to call brake method? Brake. Stop and brake also. Shaykh is saying no. Brake method, Sibi also saying no. It means the brake method I cannot call. Why am I not able to call the brake method? The reason because brake method is not for parent class method. Sir, brake method is not a parent class method. It is a child class method. So when you create the object for parent class, only parent class method I can able to call. So if I run this code, when I see my output also saying right, proceed. Only the parent class method I can able to call. Even if I try to write ve.break, it will show me an error only. I cannot run this code. It will be show an error. So this is invalid state. Now I can write vehicle is equal to new brake. Now tell me which method I can able new car. Which method I can able to call? Which method I can able to call? Can I able to call start engine method? Can I able to call start engine method? Yes, no. Is it possible to call start engine method? Is it possible to call start engine method? Yes, no. Hey man, B, start engine method, why we can't able to call? It is available in the parent class, also it is available in the child class. How you guys are saying it is not possible? We can able to call V1 dot start engine method, we can able to call. Now tell me, can I call the stop engine method? Stop engine method. Stop engine method. We cannot call the stop engine method. Super. Why we cannot call the stop engine method? Because stop engine method is available only in the child class. Stop engine method is available only in the child class. It is not at all available in the parent class. Only override method we can able to call. When you override this method and all, you will get it inside the child class. But this is the unique feature of child class. So if I write v dot 1 dot stop engine, v dot stop engine. Okay. How it is possible? v1 dot stop engine. Let me see. One minute, guys. Okay, made the mistake. Sorry. I can keep it in the right side and I can keep this one in the left hand side. Where is that? Wait, I got confused. Okay, close this, close this, close this, and close this. So I can able to call start engine because it's a parent class. And this is also a parent class. I can able to call. Because this method, you extended to child, right? You extended to child. You are extending the vehicle class to the car class. Thereby, you can able to call these two methods. But can I able to call brake method? Brake method is a parent class method or child class method? Brake method is not available in the parent class. It is available only in the child class. Then V1 dot, you cannot call the brake method. You cannot call the brake method because this method is not available in the parent class. It is available only in the child class. So now if you run this code, you will get an error. Maybe before that, I will command this. And let's run this code. When you press OK, I can see, right, starting the engine of a car and stopping the vehicle of a car. But starting the engine of a car, starting the vehicle of a car. Start engine, here also available, but it will override, right? In child class, it got overridden. So it means that this method is available in the parent class. It got overridden in the child class. That's the reason the real time also people will write like this for their understanding. Override. It means that this method is already available in parent class. And the brake method is not already available in the parent class. And the stop engine method also, it is not available in the child class. Only this method, it will get overridden. So then you will not see this output, you will see this output. Am I clear? What is method overriding? Here parent class method got overridden inside the child class. It is nothing but a method overriding. Am I clear, guys? Am I clear? Cool. So you have to create the reference variable for parent class, which should equal to child class object. So that time it will call only the parent class overridden method. See clearly here, parent equal to new child, it access only parent class overridden method. So whatever the method is extending from parent to child, that will be accessed. We cannot call the child own method, but we can able to create two more class in override. But we can able to create two more class. What is the meaning of this line? Surendra, can you explain more? We can able to create two more class in override. It means that, what does that mean? More than two more class. More than two more class. Hey, how many classes that you want, you can create it. That's your wish. So later also I can create another class also. Say suppose control new and I create a new class. So this time I can create a new class which is nothing but vehicle we have done. Car also we have done. Say maybe cycle. I can take cycle. Right? So let me write one method. So public or maybe void, maybe start, like that I have created one method. Here there is no engine, maybe motor, cycle, like that I have written. Start engine I can create it. Here simply, okay, I should change the file name. I can rename the file name. Yes. System dot out dot a println. Here I am writing starting engine of a motorcycle. Motorcycle. Let me write like this. Now let me create one more method also. Void maybe stop. Like that I have created one method. Void stop. Like that I have written. So now suppose if you create a main method, or you can create like this. Suppose there is an acceleration, I can give it. So system dot out dot println, I am giving an acceleration. ACC, like that. Now suppose I can create an object for which class? Vehicle, V is equal to new. I can create a motorcycle. Motorcycle. But it will show an error because you have to extend. You have to extend which class? You have to extend the cycle class. Sorry, we have to extend the vehicle class. Vehicle. Right? Now there is no error. Now which method I can able to call? I can able to call start engine method. But which output you will get? You will get the child class output. Can I check? V dot start engine is the method. It will give you this one. When I call stop engine, it is not available in the child class. Thereby it will call this method. But I cannot call which method? I cannot call this ACC method because this ACC method, it is not available in the parent class. That's the reason it is showing an error. It is showing an error. Now I can run as Java application. See? Starting and stop. I cannot call this ACC method because it is available only in the child class. It is not available in the parent class. Whatever the method that is extending or overriding from parent to child, only those methods I can able to call. If you want to call this ACC method, what you have to do? You have to create the object for child class. You have to create the reference variable for child class, also object for child class. Then only you can able to call the method. Am I clear? Can we extend more than 2 classes in one class? Can we extend more than 2 classes in one class? Sheikh, yesterday I told you multiple inheritance is not at all possible in Java. We cannot extend multiple parent to the single child. I told you yesterday itself. In Java, we cannot achieve the multiple inheritance. Remember, once again I will tell you. Sheikh, are you clear? I'm saying in Java, we cannot achieve the multiple inheritance. Multiple times I told you. In the interview also, people might ask, why we are not able to achieve the multiple inheritance? Because of diamond problem. Because of priority problem. We cannot achieve. Don't forget. Any other question? Any other question with respect to runtime polymorphism or method overriding? How we can override one class method to another class method? How we can override one class method into another class method? Or do you want one more example? If you are fine, we will go with the method overloading. Can you confirm? Whether are you okay with this? I'm expecting the answer from everyone. If you are not clear, we can create method overloading example. Are you clear, guys? Are you fine with method overriding? Here, one class method, you are overriding in another class. Guys, at least confirm. I'm not asking you to talk, just at least say yes or no. First, guys, listen. So the next concept is method overloading. Say suppose I can take one good example. Say suppose I will take method overloading some example. Method overloading example. One new class I have created. Method overloading. Okay. See. And let me create a few variables here or few methods here. Say suppose I have one method called void add is one method. Void add is one method. And here I'm going to add two number. For that, in the brown bracket, right, I'm going to create a parameter, integer a, comma, integer b. So what I have done, void add. Add is a method name. Here I have created two variables, integer a and integer b. Generally, in a method block, if you pass anything that is called as a parameters. In a method, right, it's a method. In that you are passing a parameters. It's called a parameter. Integer a, comma, integer b. It's a variable that generally we can call it as a parameter. So now what I can do, let's create a system.out.println. System.out.println. I am writing like the sum of two integer. The sum of two integer is, and I will add this two number. I will add two number. A plus B. A plus B. Right? So this is one method. Now if I want to call this one, I can go for main method. I can create the object for this one, right? What is the class name? Method overloading is the class name. Method overloading. Example is the class name. Say this is object is equal to use the dynamic memory allocator and write method overloading example. And obj dot, what's the function name? The function name is add, right? Add. Within a round bracket, I am passing integer a. The integer a is 10, comma, integer b. Integer b is 20. Right? Now, if I run this code, when you press OK, when you press it, I can see the sum of two integers is 30. Because I am creating an object and I am calling this add method. It will assign a value is 10, b value is 20. The sum of two integers is 10 plus 20, which is 30. Which is 30. Now, suppose I will create one more method. Void same method name. In method overriding also, I have used the same method name between the two classes. I have used the same method name. In Java method overloading also, within a class, I am going to use the same method name, same add method. And I will write integer a, comma, or x also. Any variable you can give it, no problem. Integer a or x, comma, integer y. It is giving an error. See, it is giving an error. It is saying, right, a duplicate method. Already I have a method called add. In that we have integer a, comma, b. Inside you have created one more add method. That also integer, comma, integer. It will not allow in Java. In Java, we cannot use the same method name with the same number of parameters. Now, in order to avoid this problem, what I can do, instead of integer, right, let me make it as double. Now see, there is no error. Even though these two methods are having the same method name, we change the parameter type. What we have done? We change the parameter type. Parameter data type. Thereby, we don't see any error. Now, suppose I will write system.out.println and I'm writing the sum of two double is plus within our own bracket. I can keep it x plus y or a plus b, whatever it might be. Now for that, I am using the same obj dot, the function name is add. Here instead of a comma b, it means that instead of integer value, I will pass 10.5 and 11.8 like that I'm passing. Now what do you think? Will it call this method or will it call this method? Let me run this code, thereby we'll get the clear picture. When you press OK and proceed, can you see this time it is calling two double? It is not calling this method, it is calling this method because we pass the decimal value here. Based on the argument that I'm passing, when I pass integer value, it is calling this method. When I pass the decimal value, it is calling this method. Now suppose I will add one more method, void add, round bracket. This time I'm writing double x, comma, double y and put the curly braces. It is showing an error, right? Oh, it is showing an error because it is a duplicate method. Already I have a method which is accepting double x and double y. It will not allow in Java within a class. In order to avoid this problem, what I can do, here I have given the double x. Here maybe I can check integer y. So here I have given the double, here I have given the integer. Now system.out.println, I am writing the sum of the sum of maybe double and the integer r and plus, let me write x plus y. Now I will call this method, say obj dot add, and x maybe I can give 11.9 and y I can give maybe a 20. Now this time which method will be called? Will it call this method or will it call this method or it will call this method? All are having the same method name. Here also I'm calling with the same method name. But the first one is decimal, second one is numerical. Which method will be called? It will call this method. See, let's see whether it is calling the third method or not. When you press OK, proceed. I can see that the sum of double and integer are 31.9. The sum of double and integer, whether it is available here or here only available. Now suppose, let me create void add I can write integer y or integer x comma double x comma integer y. Will it work? Definitely it will not work, right? Because it is already available. Can I use double x comma double y? No, it is already available. Can I use integer x comma integer y? It is also available. But let me change integer comma double. Now it is working. Initially it is a double integer. Now I am giving integer double. So now suppose if I call obj dot add, here I am passing say 10 and I am passing 21.3. And here also system dot out dot println and writing the sum of integer and double are. So let's add x plus y. Now if I run this code, you can clearly see, like when I press OK, proceed, it is saying the sum of integer and double are 31.3. So one way is we can change the data type. The other one is we can change the order of data type. We can change the order of parameters. Can you see here? Here we have a double comma integer. Here we have a integer comma double. Thereby also we can able to resolve this problem. Now, suppose I'm using the same method. Consider I have a same method. So is there any other way? I'm not going to change the type. The first rule, not going to change the type. The second rule, I'm not going to change the order. Is there any other way? Yeah, you can increase one more value also. You can increase the number of parameters. You can able to increase the number of parameters. Thereby also you can able to solve this problem. See, suppose obj dot add. Let me give 10. Let me give 21.4. Let me give 238. And right click here. Go to run. Okay, double and integer r. And let me run this code. When you press OK, when you proceed, this time it is saying that double integer double r 269 point something. So it is called as method overloading, because here we have a multiple method with the same name, but the parameter or argument that you are passing, it is different. You can increase the or decrease the number of parameters. You can increase or decrease number of parameters. Thereby also you can able to handle this compile time problem with the same method name. One is you can change the type. One is we can change the order, or otherwise we can increase the number of parameters. When you have a same method name, compile time problem we can resolve. That's the reason it is called as method overloading. You are loading the parameter to the method. This always remember, in a method level, whatever that you are passing, it is called parameter. But from the main method, you are writing some data, right? It is called as argument. This value we can call it as argument. Technically, it is called as argument. But here we can call it as a parameter. Are you clear? What is method overloading? We can able to extend method loading. Method overloading. Yeah, we can able to extend. We can able to extend the method overloading. But when you extend, right, that's the inheritance or method overriding. Method overloading only within a class. Method overriding, it is between the two classes. Here I am not talking about the method overriding. I am talking about the method overloading. When I say method overloading, only within a class. If you want to extend this class to another class, yeah, you can extend, no issues. You can extend this class to another class also, for you, if you want. So if someone is asking, hey, how to handle this compile time problem? When you have the same method name, in that case, you have to tell, either you have to change the parameter, data type of the parameter, or you can change the order of the parameter, or you can increase or decrease the number of parameters. Thereby, you can able to handle this compile time problem. This compile time problem we are resolving in the compile time itself. That's the reason it is called as compile time polymorphism also. The error that we are resolving in the compile time itself rather than runtime. That's the reason it's called as compile time polymorphism. So let's take one more example. For better understanding, let's take one more example. Say suppose I will take a new class, simple class, new, create a class, which is maybe a student class. Student is a class. Student is a class. And the void marks is the variable. Sorry, is the method. Void marks is the method. Say suppose I'm writing a marks like integer. Integer, maybe I can take it. Integer. Say suppose I have written physics, chemistry, physics, chemistry, and integer maybe a computer science. Computer science. So there are three variables I have created. One is physics, chemistry, and computer science. And system dot out of println, and I'm writing physics plus chemistry plus computer science. And then let me put one round bracket also. Let me put one round bracket also. Here I'm telling. So this is CSC students, or maybe this is section which is computer science section. The student from the computer science section. And let me take void marks one more, the same method. Same method. I can take it. Here I will write integer physics. Integer physics. I will write integer chemistry. Integer chemistry. And let me take integer botany. Integer botany. Comma integer maybe zoology. Right? Let me write system dot out dot println. Here section which is biology, bio, and let me add plus physics plus chemistry plus botany plus zoology. And I will create one more method. Void a mark, say integer, say some max, and maybe integer, maybe a commas, maybe integer, maybe accounts. There are two variables I created. System dot out of println, maybe section which is accounts, plus I will write like this, the commas plus accounts. That's it. Now let me create a main method. Now I can create the object. Student, say this is Dinesh is equal to new student. And I can write Dinesh dot, I'm calling marks. Here I'm giving 90 and I'm giving 70. Now tell me guys, which department I am? Whether I am the physics department, biology department, or CSC department, or accounts department. Can you tell me? You are correct guys. Super. Okay, I hope you all got my topic. Super. Let's see. I can see this one. Now Dinesh dot, or maybe I can create another object also. Student, say Satish is equal to new student, and write Satish dot marks. So let me put 70, 80, 100, 60. Now tell me, which department? Exactly. It's a bio. The reason because here we have created the core data that we are passing. So this is called as method overloading. It is a method overloading. So are you clear with this? What is method overloading? That's the basic difference between method overloading and the method overriding. See, in the interview, people might ask, what is method overloading? What is method overloading? So, method overloading in a same class, we have multiple methods with the same name, but with the same name, but the parameter or argument that we are passing, it should differ in what? It should differ in either it should differ in number of parameter, or order of parameter, or order of parameter, order of parameter, or parameter, or number of parameter, or order of parameter, or type of parameter. You have to change order of parameter or type of parameter or number of parameter. Then only we can able to resolve the compile time problem. See, in the compile time polymorphism, we are achieving the method overloading. For what? Why we are achieving the method overloading? In order to achieve the compile time polymorphism. In order to achieve the compile time polymorphism. Compile time polymorphism means what? Here we are resolving the compile time error. In the compile time itself. Rather than runtime. How we are resolving? By doing this so. We are resolving the compile time polymorphism, compile time error. That's the reason it's called as compile time polymorphism. So if someone is asking what is method overloading, you have to tell in a same class, we have a multiple method with the same name, but the parameter or argument that we are passing, it should differ in number of parameter or order of parameter, type of parameter that we are passing, through the methods. It's called as method overloading. For what? It is to achieve compile time polymorphism. Because in compile time polymorphism, we are resolving the compile time error in the compile time itself rather than runtime. Always remember, in compile time polymorphism, we have only one class. Class is same. And the method also same. Multiple methods, but it is same. But if you take a parameter, it should be different. How? Maybe either you can change the type, or you can increase the number of parameter, or you can change the order of parameter. At least you have to do this, right? Your class is same, method is same, but the parameter is different. Can you see here? Class is same, method is also same. Only the difference is parameter. 3 parameter here, 4 parameter here, 2 parameter here. So that's method overloading. If you take here, class is same, method is same, but the parameter, 2 parameter, it is a double parameter, it is a double int, it is an integer double, or it is, we have to increase the number of parameter. Are you clear what is method overloading? Can you confirm? Then, if you know this one, what is method overriding? What is method overriding? What is method overriding? See, in method overriding, we are allowing a subclass to provide a different implementation. If you want to provide a different implementation of a method that is already defined in its superclass. When I say superclass, it's a parent class. So if you want to allow a subclass to provide a different implementation of a method that is already defined in the superclass. If you want to update something from the parent to child, we are going for method overriding. Why we are going for method overriding? What's the purpose of it? Why we are going for method overriding? Because I want to provide a subclass should have the ability. Subclass that should have the ability to modify inherited to modify or customize the behavior of a method inherited from its parent or superclass. Whenever if you are thinking like I want to update something, see, you have a Facebook account. You will pass the username and password and you log into that application. Later, one person found that username and password. Definitely you will change the password, right? Or you will delete the account. Right? In that case, you have to update something. How can I update? So you have to go for method overriding. See, in method overriding, you are keeping the method signature is same, guys. You have to keep the method signature is same. When I say keeping the method signature is same, suppose I have a class. Say I have a class which is X. Here we have one method. What is the method? Say test is the method. I have a test is the method. Say void. Here we have an integer A. Integer A. Now suppose let me create one more class also. Right click here, new class, which is Y is the class. The Y class is going to extend. Y class is extending your X class. Now I will write void test is the method. Here also I can create integer A. It is possible. See, X class also integer A, Y class also having the integer A. That's possible. But if you write like this, what will happen? If you write like this, what will happen? Suppose I will write system dot outer println. I will write A here, and here system dot outer println. I can write A plus some space along with B. Now I can create a main method. I will create the object for Y class or X is equal to new Y, like that I have done. And X dot, I can call the test method. 10 I can call. Now see, if I run this code, run a Java application, when I press OK, when I proceed, I can see the 10, right? So can I be able to call this method? It's a child class own method. I cannot call this method. See, X dot test. So 10, 20. Can I able to call? It will give you an error only. Because here also we have a test. But you are changing the signature. Here we have integer A. You are doing the integer A comma B. That's the problem. You cannot change the behavior. If you are changing the behavior, that is the new method actually. It is a new method. Even though you have given the same method name, that will be considered as a new method. For Y class, it is a new method. because you are changing the behavior. Sorry, you are changing the signature. Signature means this one, parameter. You are changing the parameter. Parameter, signature, both are same. You have to keep the parameter same. Then only it is a method overriding. Are you getting my point? You have to keep the parameter or signature same, guys. You should not change the parameter. If you change the parameter, that is a different method. Even though method name is same, it will be considered as a different method. So remember, here the class is different or same? Class is different because here we have two classes. Method is different or not? Method is same. And the parameter also, parameter or signature. Parameter or signature, that also you have to keep it as same. Remember, in method overloading, class is same. But in method overriding, here we have two different classes. It should be different. In method overloading, here multiple method with the same name. Here multiple method also, it's also the same name. The parameter, here you have to different, but here parameter is same. In the interview, people might ask, what is the difference between, in the interview, what are the questions you can expect? You can expect, right? What is, people, they will ask, what is polymorphism? They will ask you. What is polymorphism? The second question, what is the difference between method overloading and method overriding? They will ask you. The third question, what is compile time and runtime polymorphism? Runtime polymorphism. Like that, you may expect number of questions. What is polymorphism? What is the difference between method overloading and method overriding? What is compile time and runtime polymorphism? So when they will also ask you, so what will happen? What will happen when we create parent class reference variable to the child object? What will happen? This kind of question they will ask you at the time of entry. What will happen when we create parent class reference variable to the child class object? So how to achieve the how to solve the compile time how to solve the compile time problem or compile time error in compile time polymorphism or in method overloading. Like that they will ask you. You have to tell, hey, we can change the data type or we can increase the number of parameter or we can change the order of parameter. Like that you have to tell. So these are the important question maybe at the time of interview you can expect. What is polymorphism? What is the difference between method overriding and overriding? What is compile time and runtime polymorphism? What will happen when we create a parent class reference variable to the child class object? How to solve the compile time and method overloading? Like that they will ask. Am I clear? Okay, fine. So whatever that I have covered, you just to do practice. Tomorrow we will see, guys. Any question? If you are fine, we will see tomorrow.